Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Mike Fussell here with your latest local action. North Pole was the place to be for athletes today, as a number of events happened there earlier this morning. Up first, runners in the Jingle Bell 5K kept the spirit of Christmas alive during the dog days of summer. Take a look at this. The course kicked off at the Santa Claus house earlier today and looped back around to finish right where it started. Participants could run or walk, some even dressed up like the Jolly Man himself. The race was sponsored by the Arthritis Foundation. While the event was considered to be more of a fun run, it was still pretty competitive. Cameron Conley held the lead for a while, but just couldn't edge out Tommy Dahill, who passed him in the second half of the race. Dahill would finish with a time of 18 minutes and 25 seconds, just about a half a minute ahead of Conley.
When it started, a bunch of the younger guys just took off, and I kind of figured that some of them would die, but Cameron here, I was looking at him, and he just ran with total confidence first 2/3 of the race. So I kind of slowly picked up some of the other guys, and then after about a mile, I picked up the guy who was in third. And then about a mile to go, I caught Cameron and just kind of kept going.
It's a race. It felt pretty good. I just tried to keeping up with the four-wheeler up ahead, and then I could hear him breathing hard behind me. He caught up. It happens, but yeah, it was fun. I love doing it. Can't wait to do it next year.
And some other athletes out in North Pole got to kick up some dust like the runners in the Jingle Bell 5K, but they also took to Chena Lake and then hopped on their bikes for a road race. It was all part of the North Pole Triathlon, which is a USAT-sanctioned event. A wide variety of participants leveraged their different strengths through a 1,500-meter swim, a near 25-mile bike ride, and a 10K run. After the swim, Nicholas Shamrell was near the top, but still had a couple of triathletes in front of him. The bike leg was where he really took off. Shamrell came in second place last year, but would stay in front to finish the race on top today with a time of 2 hours and 12 minutes. He says he took advantage of his stronger out-of-the-water skills to put himself ahead of the competition.
I've only swam like a couple of times lately, but I was able to squeeze in one yesterday, so I was able to at least gauge off of that. But I've been doing strong on the running and biking lately. I think what really helped was over the winter doing the snowshoe racing with Running Club North. That helped just give you a good cardio and strength base, and just go from there.
And the Alaska Gold Panners returned home after a 5-game road trip last night. The Panners were matched up against the Anchorage Bucks. The cross-state team got a hot start over the Gold Panners. The Bucks would score 4 runs in the first inning alone. The team kept their momentum rolling in the top of the second, tacking on 2 more. That would bring the score to 6-0. With Fairbanks trailing, the Panners would eke out a run thanks to a Schooner Bottom hit in the 5th, but that's all they could get worked up. The Bucks would tack on 2 more and close out with an 8-2 win. The two teams will meet up 6 more times through next Wednesday, and again for 2 more series in Anchorage later in the season. And the Golden Days softball tournament is now underway at the Hesray Complex. The event is sponsored by the Golden Heart Softball Association. It will be continuing through Sunday if you wanted to catch a game. Tourney play began on Friday night with clear and mild conditions. Men's, women's, and co-ed divisions all battled it out in pool play yesterday evening. We happened to catch the Nasties taking on the Evacuators. Both teams ended up putting some points on the board, but the Nasties would keep it nasty though, routing the Evacuators 17-4. And that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. For more KTVF sports, log on to Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, and download our mobile app. Katie Looper is up next with your full weather forecast. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend.